What's going on YouTube? Crypto Matrix here, coming at you another cryptocurrency stream. And guys, overnight we had a massive flash crash going up to all the way up to 52,000, almost hitting 53, guys. I had a nice prediction in Zion telling everybody we were hitting a lot of resistance there, guys, and then a massive retracement followed. Zion, let me know in the comments if you actually caught that comment or even caught the dip this morning around 42.6. Just some amazing times. I want to show you guys how to take these trades in any situation, from retracement to indication play, guys. There was a lot that went on overnight, guys. We have a lot to go over. I wanted to focus on Electroneum, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. Definitely some big movements coming for these coins, guys. I want to show you exactly what to expect in the price action, the patterns you can be looking for in the indication plays to make it a reality. And for those of you not making the gains you deserve, you need to head right over to the student program and get signed up. Links are below. Guys, I have taught over 140 students. I'm working with around 40 active right now. I'd say over 30 people have discovered financial freedom, aka became millionaires through my program already. Guys, let's be real. If you're not making the gains you feel like you should have, you're thinking about trade school. As I've had people come from trade school, I've already spent 50, 60, 70, $100,000 trying to learn and weren't able to replicate, and found peace in my program and financial freedom, guys. If you really want to learn to trade like a pro, this is how you do it. Get signed up straight away. But guys, we have a lot of coin stuff to go over today. If you're not subscribed yet, definitely smash that subscribe button, smash that like button. And guys, I'm going to dive right into the price action. All right, let's start with Bitcoin. Just amazing movements, guys. This was just incredible. Last night I was talking with my buddy Danny and we were just kind of joking around. I'm like, man, we're running into so much resistance here. I'm actually expecting a big retracement right around 53,000. I actually saw him bring this up in the chat in Zion almost right before it happened. It was actually on its way down. It was like 51 and change at this point. And guys, that's the beauty of that. Right around 51 and change is right where we got the indication play. Let's just talk about EMAs for a moment, specifically on the 7 and the 20 right there. And guys, what did I say about the 7 and the 20? We get the 7 and the 20 polar flip, especially on the bigger time frames. It's an excellent opportunity for some trades. Guys, we definitely had an ascending wedge right into that. Those do tend to break to the downside, guys. This move was almost to be anticipated. Not this big though. My gosh, guys, this is what we call a flash wick. Okay, a lot of people probably got liquidated overnight. Guys, you got to watch out for this. That's why we set stop losses to protect yourself against these flash movements. Remember, cryptocurrency as a whole is still in massive developmental phases, only been around 12, nearing 13 years. You guys get the idea. It has to take, at least 40 years to fully develop, and that means the volatility has a long time to go. Okay, so what exactly happened after that? Let's just zoom in right here. So again, so we're on the 4-hour. Notice the volume increase right at the movement up and then decrease, kind of like the calm before the storm. And then bam, an increase in moving average and a massive sell-off. Now what's really interesting is on the Stoch, we were still really oversold. Okay, so this was kind of a false indication. I wouldn't have used this one here. I would have stuck with EMAs, and for instance, I would have loved to use the Bollinger Bands here, guys. For instance, in this moment right here, we had a barbell playing out, okay? So for instance, a nice barbell right here, the handle, and then the barbell coming to an expansion. Now guys, there's several ways you could have tackled this. Okay, so for starts, you could have taken the indication play clearly. Notice the 7 breaks the 20 right on the median of the Bollinger Bands. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that as a gift in combination with volume, guys. That's how you make a trade. Easy money. Now, moreover, say like you went for an aggressive buy, because I'm sure a bunch of people did this. For instance, what I mean there is they probably bought at the 100, 200. And if they didn't use a stop loss, say like on low leverage, they probably came very near liquidation. But guys, if you're still holding on, there's a couple methods you could do. You could do the double down. For instance, you want to try to get in as low as you can to try to move your buy, from up wherever you got in. Maybe it was the 100 or the 200, say like you got in 200, to move it down to there. So for instance, you have to get in a little bit lower, but guys, understand that's a good method in case you're in trouble here. Turn it into a swing trade. You can still get into good profit. Just hold on. And guys, notice the relevance of the previous major resistance literally being touched to a T. Guys, that's the point of accurate resistances and support. Guys, I've seen so many people faking these lines today already. Guys, I've had these lines up for weeks. Watch all the videos. You'll see them yourself. Okay, that's the beauty of this, guys. I'm a professional instructor. Okay, I know my stuff. Okay, and moreover, guys, I think I did like 3 or 4 dip buys here this morning. All right, so I'm very happy. It's incredible when you buy your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your Chainlink, whatever you're looking at, and then the price just shoots right back up minutes later. And guys, it doesn't get any better than that, okay? So guys, what I'm kind of watching for just on the Bitcoin price and almost board wide right now is for patterns to form out. So for instance, let's just talk about the Bitcoin price. Let's go down to the smaller time frame, see if we see anything jump out at us, okay? So for instance, right now, excluding the big wick, we do have an ascending triangle, okay? Although pretty dirty. Now, what's interesting is a lot of people are actually anticipating a bit of a continuation. Now, to be honest, guys, that could happen. For instance, we've had a total flipping of all the EMAs on the major time frames, for instance, okay? And guys, if you want to learn how to cross the road, definitely check out the student program. Amazing stuff there, okay? But for instance, as we retest right here, we're going to be making a movement. Guys, if you're thinking a dip buy, I would have been looking for major supports, which was right here, which was previous resistance. And then when we became oversold on the Bollinger Bands, an epic opportune time to get some cheap coin, guys. Whenever you see these indications line up, make these trades a reality, make these buys. Epic times to make gains, okay? So watch for this to form out. For instance, say like we break down to here, use this target measurement, play the bottom of the Bollinger Band, and then you'll end up with something like a wedge, okay? In which case that could be a bear flag as well. Notice we do have a continuation movement. We have broken trend. So keep that in mind, guys. We're not out of the woods. And why I'm really emphasizing on that is let's zoom out. Remember, when in doubt, zoom out. So let's just go up to the 4 hour. See if we see enough. Turn off the Bollinger Bands as well. Okay. So, in essence, like I said, we have a lot of resistance right here. Notice how it played support, support, resistance. Okay, and then we had a big dump off, guys. Now here's the point, okay? If you notice right up here, this was the top, okay? And we didn't put in a higher high yet, okay? We're still technically moving down. So for instance, if we could technically be going down, guys, okay? I don't want everyone to just think everything's going to go straight up. It doesn't work like that. And yes, it's very exciting to see your account fluctuate, you know, $1 million overnight. I mean, my gosh, guys, incredible. But I think there's still a lot of work to be done, and I still think there's a lot of time left in this year. Okay, there's going to be retracements. This was just one of them. Guys, remember, buy these retracements. Before you know it, we're going to be in top logarithmic band. And this is a gift. This is a gift. There's no other way to see it. The longer the price action takes to develop, for instance, the longer it takes to rise, the higher the top will be. I was literally saying to my father yesterday, I'm like, man, this is moving too fast. The top's going to be a little lower than I thought. Somebody heard me up in the crypto gods because we got a massive dump. And you know what, guys? That's epic. That just means a higher high when we peak, and that's what I'm talking about. That's when I'm going to be cashing out. And guys, trust me, you're going to know all about it because I'm going to be telling you guys. All right, but that's exactly what I'm looking at for the Bitcoin price, guys. Remember, play those major resistances and supports, watch for patterns to form out, and then play your indications and patterns within patterns to make your trade a reality on your favorite exchange. Guys, let's dive into Ethereum. All right, we're going to go right into the 1 hour, start there. And guys, I mean, you're obviously going to see a lot of mimicking stuff here. Look at that massive dip. Now, guys, we didn't quite get all the way down to the major support on Ethereum, but Ethereum has been looking very, very bullish, but we must mark this. And guys, if you look back, notice all the points of relevance. For instance, look at all these touches. Okay? Lots of relevance here, guys. When you get a nice gift like this, make sure you're maximizing your profit potential, guys. And we even had some nice patterns play right into this, guys. Okay, so for instance, right in here, we had many different patterns. So for instance, let me draw a few here. Okay, and then right out of that, right into another wedge. Now, guys, you could have actually diced this down a little bit more. We're actually just going to do a slightly larger patterns right here. But guys, you get the idea. Out of this breakout right into new pattern. Remember, as soon as a pattern tops out, the retracement begins. You can start to think to look for your next pattern. Chains don't always have to connect, but you can still identify them by their ending movement. For instance, when a target projection has been hit. Okay, so for instance, let me give an example of that. For instance, when you're up like this, measured from the back to the top, notice it peaks out right at the same spot, okay? So the relevance there is that once you get the first touch, you get a touch in the bottom, you can already think a new pattern's beginning. And guys, remember, across the road, go down to smaller time frames, you can analyze those patterns. The patterns are very clear wedges, wedge. Nice little chain right here into a very solid breakdown, getting a trifecta even on the 1 hour in Ethereum, guys. This was an easy short. Let me know if you guys caught that in the price action. And then same theories, like I just said with Bitcoin, we want to watch for patterns to form out, guys. Okay, so for instance, this one's a little bit dirtier right now. So this one actually just totally needs to develop. I mean, we can go down to the 5 minute, But as you guys can see, all we really have is an ascending wedge. Now guys, we're going to need another retracement or some kind of movement here to kind of dictate where this is going to go exactly. And what I want you guys to do is make sure you're playing an indication in combination with volume. So for instance, notice the volume decreasing, notice the stotch overbought, and pretty soon we will get a formation play out. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is just do patterns within patterns. For instance, use wedge theory, make this trade a reality that's going to be coming up, guys, and watch for this pattern to form. Okay, this is going to be an easy one, but watch out for continuation movements. Okay, the volume can come in very quickly and move that price very aggressively. You want to be ready for that, guys. And that's exactly what I'm looking at for Ethereum. Ethereum is about to be going crazy, guys. Do not be fooled by this little movement. If you did not buy this dip, you might want to think about it, guys. There's some amazing times. And before you know it, we're going to be looking back at these $3,000 Ethereum prices, just like we were with Bitcoin when Bitcoin was $3,000 and now is way up in massive profit margin, guys. It doesn't get any better than this. Make sure you're accumulating your bags properly. All right, and the final coin I want to talk about, obviously a very popular one on my channel, guys, is Electroneum. And my gosh, what a breakout out of the previous pattern that we just had. Let's just talk about it for a second, guys. And let me show you what I was talking about yesterday. Okay, so in essence, remember I said, guys, we're getting a big volume spike here. What usually follows a big movement. And guys, yes, this did end up going to the downside. That's why we play our indications into patterns to make our trades a reality. Guys, when I say a move is imminent, that does not mean it's going up. Okay, it could go down, it can go up too. Okay, that's what indication plays are for. What I try to do is guide you into those indication plays and those patterns and patterns within patterns in combination with indication plays into patterns and volume to make your trade a reality. Okay, guys? No trader is psychic. I get a lot of confusion, you know, with how good of my calls there are. You know, that people are saying, you know, you can't predict. And guys, you can see where the price action is going. You just have to play those indications. Okay? They really do tell a very good story. Let's just talk about this one. So for instance, lots of wedge play, lots of wedge play. This is borderline descending triangle here. Like for instance, we could have tightened that up. Yeah, let's call it a descending triangle here. And notice a nice breakdown without it. Okay, so check this out. A nice trifecta right here. This is beautiful. Nice trifecta. Guys, let me know if you caught that to the downside. Right into ascending wedge. But guys, a lot of people have been calling it a bear flag. I mean, it broke straight down, and we even got the same massive wick down. Notice the support touch. Look at this. Guys, you can't make this stuff up. I've had this in here for forever. Major resistances come into supports later. That's their relevance. That's why we form them. Okay? When you don't have a pattern, when you can't have a clear indication, that's what resistances, supports, and trend are for. Maximize your profit margin by understanding that, guys. And if you don't understand that, that's what the student program is for. Go the extra mile, learn how to trade, guys. It will only behoove you to do so and give you good profit and knowledge as well as gains, guys. That's really what you want. So guys, same theories that we're dealing with right now with Electroneum. We need to get that major flipping on the bigger time frames and the EMAs to start to think about a continuation movement. And guys, let's just be real. We need to put in a higher high here. Okay, we don't want to, you know, keep walking down here. Okay, the next movement, we would like to see something come up at least above right here. Okay, because otherwise, guys, we're going to be retesting that previous support we just touched, and guys, lower times could be right behind it. Remember, nothing goes straight up. We must play the indications into patterns to make our trades reality. Okay, but notice this big volume spike. Okay, guys, so that's what, like I said, that's what anticipated the movement there. And guys, we got it within the next day. Okay, that's what, it doesn't get any smoother than that, guys. When I can give you guys a day in advance to prepare for your movement, that's time from bank to exchange to getting in the trade to getting out. Guys, it doesn't get any smoother than that. You got to learn to read your indications and your patterns to make your profits, guys. That's what Zion is for if you're not picking it up, guys, okay? I can't express enough. You get 1 hour with me, even you're going to feel it immediately. You're going to feel it immediately, guys. It's just incredible. Okay? And that's exactly what I'm looking at for Electroneum. Let's watch for a pattern to develop on the smaller time frames, and then you can start to look for an aggressive strategy to make some gains here, guys. But just in simplicity, when the pattern forms out, watch for resistances to be formed. Form your top resistance. If we break resistance, look for a long. Same theories with the shorts, guys. Just play the polar opposite. And guys, that's really all the time I have for today. Just some biblical times in cryptocurrency. I could not be happier with the price action. I mean, my gosh, I was actually just blown away even with my gains last month. I'll be transparent, guys. Last month, I made more than I made all last year. I'm speechless. I can't even believe it. Sometimes the world I'm living in right now just seems like a fantasy. It just seems incredible. And with all the lives I'm touching and interacting with, guys, what we're doing is timeless. This organization that I've built is just going to continue to grow and get attention in the best of ways. And with my group of learned professionals always expanding their knowledge and going down the rabbit hole of just perfection in the technicals, guys, our dreams are becoming a reality. Guys, I cannot express enough. I know so many people working 2 jobs, working hard. I've never seen anything like it, guys. I've been really going out and seeing a lot of different lives and people. And guys, you know what? I love picking up people that work hard, because you're going to do well in this program. If you can work hard, if you can dedicate, you will be swimming, you will be flying in this program, you will be making money. And guys, unless you're making 4, 5, 6 figures at your job, you know, you're working to quit it. That's how it works. Guys, we get people quitting their job every single day. Zion is a real place with real freedom, real understanding, and guys, you found it. Just remember, if you don't come from a rich family must come from you. I am Crypto Matrix. I'll catch you guys later.
Audio